Hello and welcome to our 7th session, and this is again a bonus challenge session. Here we are going to take our drive simulator game that we developed in the first 5 sessions and we are going to add some additional challenges. The very first challenge is, instead of placing a single crate as the obstacle, I want you to place crates in the shape of pyramid, as a tower or as a wall in different shapes and make car go and hit it. This is fairly an easy task and you can do it without any issue. Launch Unity Hub, come into project and open the drive simulator project that we had completed in our 5th session. Now say for example, if you doesn't have these project files as of now, you can come into your YouTube video page. In the description, if you scroll down, you have this Patreon link. It is also provided in your e-learning description page also. You can click on this link. Coming into the Patreon page of Junior Programmer series, you can scroll down and you have this drive simulator bonus project start.zip. This is around 900 MB. You can click on this and download it. Copy this downloaded 922 MB file to your Unity projects folder, right click and extract all the files to a folder. Then coming back to Unity Hub, you can come here to add project from disk and select that extracted folder and click open. Right now I will click cancel because I already have this drive simulator project. I will click on this to open this drive simulator project. Now once the project is open, come into the project panel, come into the course library here, and in obstacles we have crate 1. When we actually did this project before, we had used this crate 1 as the obstacle here. Now I am in the scene, I am in the top view. If I middle mouse press and just zoom out and move here, I have the first obstacle here, and this obstacle we had added it from this crate 1, and later on we added Rigidbody to it and set its mass to 100 kgs. We want to use multiple crates here. I am now going to close this obstacle, come into assets, right click, and I am going to create a new folder here, and I am going to call this as my Prefabs, and I am now going to select this crate for which we have already added Rigidbody. If Rigidbody is not added, you can go to add component and add from here. We have set it mass to 100 and have enabled use gravity. Now I will drag this from my hierarchy here into my prefab. It is asking me, would you like to create a new original prefab or a variant from the existing one? I will choose original prefab, and now a new prefab has been created. Now the difference between the prefab we have in obstacle crate 1 and this one is that this has Rigidbody already applied to it. Now coming to the hierarchy window, I select the first obstacle. With shift pressed, I select the obstacle 6 to select all the obstacles and press delete. I am going to drag my obstacle with the Rigidbody and I am going to drag it onto my hierarchy. I will put this inside this obstacle game object. I will make it the child of this. Come into this gizmo, right click and select left view. It is exactly placed on the road. Click again on this gizmo. I will disable perspective and see it is clearly placed on the road. And now I will come back on the top view. Along the X, I will set it to 0, and along the Z axis, move it by around 150 units. I am just going to zoom in. Coming to this gizmo, I will right click and with perspective off, I will come into the front view, select this obstacle, press Ctrl D, and I am going to move one obstacle to the left and then Ctrl D, and I will move another obstacle to the right, and I will press Ctrl D and add one more obstacle here. I will select one with shift press 2, 3 and 4, and I will drag it so that it is placed in the center. With all the 4 selected, I will press Ctrl D, then I will drag it to the top. Once I place it on the top, select one obstacle and delete it. Then I will select the other 3 and I am going to pan it and keep it to the left like this. Again I will press Ctrl D. With middle mouse click, I will pan it to the top and I will drag it and put it on the top. And here I will select one of this obstacle and delete it. I will select the other 2 and I am going to move it to the center like this. I am going to select the last obstacle here, press Ctrl D, and I am going to move it to the top, drag it and keep it to the left. With obstacles arranged, if I now play, Rigidbody is already applied to it. you can see all gets packed cleanly. If I come into the game view and press the up arrow, it is going to go and hit it like this. Okay, this is working fine. I will stop the playback. The advantage of using this as a prefab is, say for example, if I want to change the weight of this, I can come into my prefab and select the obstacle. If I make it 10 kgs, when I change it to 10 kgs, see the weight of all the prefabs here are changed to 10 kgs. The advantage of using a prefab is, if you make change to one component in the prefab, it will be applied to all other instances of that prefab. My pyramid is ready. I select this first obstacle and with shift pressed, I select all these obstacles, right click, and I will create a new empty parent, and I am now going to call this entire collection as pyramid. I will close this. I will select this pyramid and press Ctrl D to duplicate it. Now coming on the gizmo, I will right click and come into the top view. With this pyramid copy, pyramid 1 selected, I will press F to zoom in. I am going to place it along the Z axis by a distance of 50 points. So I will come here in the inspector and along the Z, I am going to type 50. Now if I scroll down, you can see it has moved by 50 points. I will select the first pyramid and in the inspector, I will temporarily disable this. Now coming back to pyramid 1, I am going to press F2 and I am now going to call this as wall. Now with this wall selected, I will come into the gizmo, right click and come into the front view. Press F to zoom in. I will click somewhere outside to deselect everything. I am going to create a wall-like structure. I will select the first crate here, and now when I am moving, if I want this to be correctly aligned to my other crate, I can use vertex snapping. If you press V on your keyboard and select a vertex at the bottom left end, drag it and place it here. See, it is precisely aligned. Now I select the second crate here and then again press V. I select the bottom vertex, click and drag it and align it to the below one. Similarly, I select the next one, press V, I select the bottom vertex, drag it and align it. With middle mouse pressed, I will drag it to the right, then I select the crate on the top. With V pressed, I select one of the vertex at the edge, drag it and align it to the bottom crate edge. I will select the other one on the top. With middle mouse, I will pan it. Vertex selected, I will drag it and place it on the top of the below vertex. Then I will select the next one. With V pressed, I will drag it and place it below this. And if required, I will zoom and align it. Then I will again select both of this, press Ctrl D to duplicate, and along the X value I will move it and place it here like this. I will select the top 4, press Ctrl D, I will move it on the top and place it. I will go to file and save this. If I now click on this gizmo and come into free view, I will again right click and with perspective enabled now, I am now going to check this game, and if I now execute the game, in the game view, if I press W or the up arrow, the car moves and it is going to come to this wall and it hits and all the wall falls down. Now finally I will stop the playback. I am going to select this wall, duplicate this again with Ctrl D, and I am now going to call this as Tawa, and again I will move it by a distance of 50 plus another 50. I will move it by 100. So now if I zoom out, it has come back. I will again press F to zoom in. I am going to select the last 4 leftmost row of these 4 crates and I am going to move it along the Y axis. So moving it along the Y axis, I will also move along the X axis. I will right click on the gizmo and come into the front view, and I will just move this and align it. Then I am going to now select 1, 2, 3, 4. I am going to move it to the top and I am going to move it next, and I am arranging it like a tower here, one above the other. and I will select the pyramid and I will enable pyramid also. Now if I go to file, save, and if I execute the game, now if I press W, first the pyramid falls down, then as it moves, you have the wall which falls down, and then finally you have this tower and it is also demolished and the car keeps moving. I will stop the playback. The second challenge that I want you to do is, apart from the obstacle, I want you to add a few more vehicles on the road which is coming from the opposite direction. These vehicles will be moving on their own and you have to avoid both the obstacle and these vehicles. I am going to create a new scene for my next challenge. I will come into the file and I am going to click on Save As. In Unity Project Drive Simulator Assets, you have scenes. Double click to open it and I am going to call this as Drive Simulator with Vehicles and click on the Save button. Now in this scene, I am going to select this pyramid with shift click wall, with shift click tower, and I am going to press delete and I will remove it. I will come back here to my prefabs folder and I select this obstacle and drag it onto my scene and place it. Here in the transform, I will reset it to 0, 0, 0. It is at the player position. Then I will come into the gizmo, right click and come into the top view. Press F to come to this obstacle. Just zoom out. Along the z-axis, I will move it by 25 units. Then I will select this obstacle, press Ctrl D and I will move it by another 25, that is 50 units now. I will select obstacle 1, again press Ctrl D and this time I will add another 25 and move it by 75 units. I will select this obstacle 2, Ctrl D and I will move it by next 100 units. Then I will just middle mouse click and pan up. I will select obstacle 3, Ctrl D and I will move it by 125 units. Then I select this obstacle 4, Ctrl D and I will move it by 150 units. With middle mouse I will pan it down and I select the obstacle, again press Ctrl D and I will move it by 175 units. At a gap of 25 units, you have all these obstacles. Now I select obstacle and with shift press select till this 6th obstacle, drag it and make it a child of this obstacle game object. I have rearranged these obstacles. I will come to file and save it. Coming into the project panel, I will close the obstacle in the course library and I will open vehicles. Now I have to add some more vehicles which is moving in the opposite direction towards my car. So in vehicles, if I select vehicle armor car, you have armor car, you have blue bus, you have car blue. Now I am going to select this blue bus and I am going to add it to the scene. I will just drag it and drop it here on the road like this. However, if I press F and zoom here, this bus is facing towards the other side. I want it to face towards my car. With this bus selected, in rotation along the Y axis, I will rotate it by 180 degree. I will come into hierarchy, select this, press F2 and I am going to call this as bus. This has to keep moving. To make this move, I am going to create a new script. I will come into the script folder, open it. I am going to now right click and choose create new mono behavior script. And I am now going to call this script as MoveVehicle. And I am now going to double click to open it in Visual Studio Code. I am first going to come into this open flower bracket and I am going to press enter. I will declare one public. I will declare an integer as speed and I will set its initial value to 10 and end it with semicolon. In the update, I want this bus to be moving. I will call my transform component period and in transform we have a method translate where T is capital. So I will open close the bracket, end it with semicolon and inside this I am now going to call this vector 3, press period and I will call forward because it has to move in forward direction and I am going to multiply this from the speed value and again I am going to multiply this by time dot delta time and I will click outside. This is moving in the forward direction and its speed is set to 10. Make this speed calculated in seconds instead of frames. I am multiplying it by time dot delta time. I will go to file, save this, and if I now come back to the game, the script is compiled. Now I will drag this move vehicle and attach it to this bus. Now if I play the game, you can now see the bus is moving towards the car. I will stop the playback. I will select this bus. In the gizmo, I will right click and come into the top view, and I will press Ctrl D and I will just middle mouse click pan. I am going to drag the next bus to X here. So I will disable snapping and I will drag it to right, and here I am going to just move it and place it after two obstacles somewhere at this point. I want to add a different kind of vehicle here. So I will come here. I am going to add this green van. I will drag this green van into the scene and I will press F and I will come into the gizmo and choose free view. Along the Y axis, I will rotate it by 180 degree. I will come to hierarchy, select this, press F2, and I am now going to call this as green van. I will attach the same move vehicle script, and then I will right click and come into the top view. Then I will just pan, press Ctrl D, and I will add one more green van at the next position here. I will select another car blue and I will drag it and place it at some point here. I will again come to gizmo free view, press F, and this is again turned on the other side. I will come to Y and rotate it by 180 degree. I will select it in hierarchy, plus F2, and I am going to call this as blue car. I will drag and attach this move vehicle script. You can see move vehicle script is attached and the speed is set to 10. Now I will come to gizmo top view and I am just going to zoom out and I am just going to duplicate this and move it along the Z axis to some position here, and I will place it here. If I come into file and if I save this, and now if I execute the game, you can now see all the vehicles are moving and I can avoid it, and I have to now turn left. See, I can avoid these vehicles and move forward. See, the buses are moving. So now we have successfully added some vehicles into our scene, which is moving in the opposite direction. Now I will stop the playback. So these are the two bonus challenges that we have completed in this session. And we have two more difficult challenges which we will address in our next session.